Well, this is Kevin Men with Outside the Games. We welcome you to our show. We have two players here from Lakes High School out of the Lakewood, Washington area. With us, we have a running back, 2021 class, Caleb Kwalalon. And then we have Justin Brennan, QB, senior, out of Lakes, the Lancers of high school there. Thank you guys very much for joining our show.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Thank you for the opportunity.
No, we appreciate you. So kind of let's get into this. COVID-19, this has been what we've been seeing, a lot of virtual meetings and things of that, and virtual type of interviews. And tell me what you guys have been doing, handling this COVID-19, the challenges that comes with it. What have you guys been able to do to keep in shape and continue to train?
Well, our quarterback just gets like the whole team together kind of, and then we just run routes and make sure we got our like alignment, assignment all like together.
Just trying to keep like the whole chemistry going, because you're not supposed to be together. That's gonna throw everything off. Just trying to stay together and lifting all the time, keeping your strength up, and doing as much as you can when you're not allowed out.
Have you guys have the coaches gone into this thing of where you've had meetings virtually like this, or what have you guys been able to do to communicate? I know there's social distancing involved, wearing masks and trying to keep away from close proximity. So what has the coach been and the coaches tried to do to try to make sure communication is still intact?
I mean, they're still trying to keep in contact with us, but we don't really know what's going on yet. Like with spring ball or anything, we have to wait for like WIAA to make like a decision on it. So they've been checking up on us, but there's nothing they can really do right now.
Yeah. And I tell you, so interesting piece about this with Lakes Lancers. Just kind of talk about last year, 2019. Justin, you'll know what I'm talking about. 7-3. The Lakes Lancers were 7-3 overall in the WIAA, and it's Division III.
Yeah.
So it's Class 3A.
Yes.
And so you were 7-3 overall, 5-2 in the conference, correct?
Yes.
So obviously you guys, the season, tell me about what the season was like for you last year. What did you learn about the season? What did you learn about yourself, the coaches, and really, because you were dominating teams early, what happened towards the tail end of the year?
Beginning with the year, there's a lot of, I wouldn't say weaker competition, but we were gelling together really well against teams that didn't have as much talent as us. And then once we did face a team that had talent, they just outplayed us. But this year, I feel like we're going to have that chemistry. Since it was my first year last year coming to Lakes, we didn't have all that team chemistry. And we were also a very young team. We had a lot of freshmen and sophomores starting last year. So I feel like another year of experience underneath them, another year of experience with our line getting bigger, getting stronger, learning the technique. Because it's a very technical game when you're playing with Lakes and stuff. Everything has to be right. If something's not right, then it's just not going to work. But that's the beauty of it. It's a team game, so everybody just needs to come together. But I feel like we did really good last year, especially my first year, leading the team, honestly, and taking them to state playoffs. Line really helped me a lot. I feel like the team overall came together, and that contributed to our success.
What was it like facing, because again, you had dominated early, you faced some of those teams, but as you got towards the end, and again, you came in, this was your first year with Lakes.
Yeah.
And you're facing a Bellevue team, obviously a Bellevue team that throughout kind of history in itself has always been a dominating team in the playoffs and to win state titles. So tell me what it looked like, what you were facing for that Bellevue team.
They're really good at controlling the ball. Their time of possession was way higher than ours. The wing tee is really hard to guard. It made our defense pretty tired. And offense, I take control of the offense. I felt like we weren't doing too good in the first half. I take blame for that. And second half, we were making a comeback, but there just wasn't enough time because they're so good at controlling the ball with that wing tee.
Right. And obviously an early exit out of the playoffs. You probably learned a little bit about your defense too, as well as that conditioning, correct? Having good condition and staying healthy is always a big thing. But obviously, what are your new sights for this year and for the Lakes team? Because obviously you're coming back. You had a year under your belt. You got the taste of the playoffs. Now you're coming back. What is it? What kind of goals are you setting for yourself and the team?
We have three main goals. First one, winning the PCO, winning our league, and then going undefeated, and of course, winning a state championship.
You want to add that hardware? I know.
I know. Trying to get a ring.
That's right. That's right. And we're going to move over to Caleb Kwalalon, running back for. I went to Curtis High School last year. Tell me a little bit about last year for you at Curtis, Caleb. Being a running back and being that offense, what was that experience like?
Being at Curtis, it was cool, but I didn't feel like I fit in with their offense that much, like at the end of the season and stuff. So I thought transitioning over to Lakes would be a better fit for me to play with my brothers. And I knew a couple of guys from their team too. So I thought it was like all gonna like bring us all together.
I mean, when there were times that you got touches, when you got the ball and you were able to do some things, obviously that showed, good. It was good results, right? That when you got the ball and got the opportunities. So why the move to Lakes? Why that school? What was it about Lakes that really appealed to you?
Well, the coaching staff, they're really they brought me in, and then I was with my brothers now. I was with JB, and we was playing together. So I was like, oh yeah, this would be a perfect fit. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try it.
And Justin, there had to have been something of like, hey, Caleb, opportunity here for you.
Yeah.
Coach is excited to have you, type of thing. So there probably wasn't that much having to pull you away from Curtis there, Caleb. Caleb, what have you learned about yourself though? Now you come to Lakes, and what is it that you can offer the team? You're going to be a senior this year. What is it about that you can offer Lakes Lancers and kind of, that they got a taste of the playoffs, something you guys, really haven't had much of, but what is it for you that you can offer the Lakes team?
Honestly, the team is really good. So there's what I could offer is probably giving my best effort and working hard and showing the younger kids this is what you're supposed to be doing, and then trying to stay focused.
Right. And Justin, you can speak on this. Did you lose a lot of seniors?
No, we did not lose a lot of seniors. We have a lot of underclassmen, and most of them started last year. So just that extra year of them getting bigger, faster, and stronger is going to really help us. And
then you add Caleb to the mix too. I mean,
of course.
And I tell you, something that means just immense for you. I think something that means that's huge for you guys is your offensive line. Those guys in the trenches, right? The offensive line.
Yeah.
You as a QB and a running back. Tell me how much they mean to you this year, and especially if they're young, they already have a year underneath their belt. Boy, what does that offensive line look like this year? Especially if it's creating holes and giving you good pass protection, Justin.
No, it's gonna be sky's the limit with that.
Yeah.
Honestly, it starts with the linemen. If they do their job, there's nothing we can do. If they don't do their job, there's nothing we can do. But honestly, the linemen, it starts with them. No play can work without them.
Yeah.
And give all the credit and success to the linemen.
Right, definitely.
Without them, there's no holes and no time to throw the ball or nothing. So yeah.
Right, they create a lot. And here's something for you, Justin, too, is that you've gotten Caleb. Caleb, touch on this a little bit. You've tried to learn a little bit more about, you are a running back, and it's a thing of where you get the ball, it's a handoff situation. This is a dual threat pro style type offense, but my understanding is that you kind of really excelled in the aspect of receiving as well, Caleb.
Yeah. Well, I've been working with FSP a lot, and that's what we did with the catching and getting my hands right. And then also after doing that, then I come with the team at Lakes, and then we'll also do the same thing. So it's just over and over, and then it's just getting processed in my head.
So I know, Caleb, you've been involved in 7-on-7 with FSP. Justin, have you been involved in any kind of camps to kind of keep that arm going, keep it warm, and work on?
Yeah, I was playing 7-on-7 with air football, and then and the camps are canceled right now, so there's nothing right now. I've just been getting out and throwing with the team.
Right, but I mean, there's some things that you can learn as far as technique, right? Footwork and mechanics.
Oh yeah.
Is there things that Air One has been able to send you, kind of things to work on your own?
I've been with my quarterback coach. He's been sending me like workouts to do since I can't be with him. So he's been sending me like cone drills to do and footwork and the throwing. Obviously, I do with my team, but he's been sending me like strength and conditioning stuff. He's a really good quarterback coach.
Nice, nice. Have you guys got to see a little bit of has the schedule come out yet for your team yet?
Yeah, the official schedule has came out like a month or two ago.
There. So you're eyeing some of that, what that schedule looks like and everything. Tell me a little bit about we talk a little bit on the program about, yes, you are an athlete, but there's a student athlete perspective here. The fact that you're in the classroom and not now under COVID-19, obviously this has been a new thing for everybody. Online classes, teachers trying to send you assignments and communicating maybe virtually, but just trying to get the assignments turned in, online. As a student, tell me what have been the challenges right now for school, for either of you, to try to maintain your GPA, because we know school is huge. Your GPA is huge. It's going to speak volumes to colleges eventually at some point. Tell me what each of you are doing right now with the school.
Well, our teachers be sending us, we have this one like online class thing where they send us our homework and stuff. So you just got to stay up with it. I mean, it's kind of easy too. So it's not like you have to be in class. You're already at home. So you just look it up on your phone and like do your homework on your phone and stuff. And then,
That's good. Justin?
Yeah, we have like Microsoft Teams. That's what it's called. They gave us like a couple projects before we actually left school, but now like they're starting to give us new homework and stuff. I feel like it's gonna be good for us because it's gonna help out our GPA and stuff. But yeah, it's just weird not being in school right now.
It is. The thing about it too is I was talking to my boys not too long ago, and they were saying, I don't see my friends. I'm like, there's a lot of Netflix watching. There's a lot of different type of video games, things of that sort that people are doing. How do each of you stay keeping your mind focused on being ready for the season? Because it's easy for this stay-at-home order to be lifted, and then come back to normal right away, and then you're just thrown right in the fire, as it will, or as it were. So, what is that like? What? How are you keeping your mind ready, physically and mentally?
Physically, we just been continuing to work out and things, and mentally, you just gotta stay focused. Everybody on the team knows the main goal. Everybody wants to go get a ring. So just continuing to communicate with them all the time, communicating with the coaches, letting everybody know like spring ball still might be on June 1st. We just gotta stay focused and stuff. So just trying to keep everybody focused, communicating with the team and the coaches has really helped me not get lazy. Continue to put in work and just get ready for this upcoming season. It's our last year to prove something.
I mean, it's easy to be distracted, right? There's so many things you can be doing, spending your time with, but you got to think of your time, spending it wisely and accordingly. Caleb, tell me, for you though, what has been the transition so far from Curtis to Lakes with regards to getting in touch with your teammates, maybe by calling or video chatting or whatever it is, and how has Justin helped you out with that, getting accustomed to your new teammates for Lakes?
Oh, well, like they brought me in kind of like a family. So like we're all in touch, and that's one of the reasons why like I'm trying to stay focused more, because like if we got each other, then like everyone can be like, oh yeah, you're not doing your job, you got to focus up, and vice versa. So like it keeps all of us connected.
Hey Justin, is this a heavy senior class this year then?
I feel like our heavy senior class will be our 2022 year, but we have a good number of seniors this year. I think, we have a good number of seniors coming up.
So what I'm saying is, what I was going to kind of get to when you answered that is the fact that they're hungry for a ring. They want their hardware.
Yeah.
Right. With you guys, what has been for you, and I'll start with you, Caleb. Obviously, coming to a new team, learning different coaches. Has it been an easy transition from that standpoint with the coaching staff and everything that you had that you've been receiving from Lake so far?
Yeah, it was, because the running back coach was really good. he like as soon as I got there, he was like, "Oh, this is what you need to do. This is the work plan." So I just kind of followed him and believed in what they were saying.
Yeah. For you, Justin, coming underneath you, for the second year, you got a good taste of the first year. The second year, obviously, what have you learned about your coaches? As you've learned about them from the first year, now it's the second year for you, senior year, important year. What have you learned from your coaches, and how better of a relationship have you had with them now?
The first year we established a really good relationship. There was a lot of trust being built in there, but I feel like this year is where everything's gonna finally gel together, and they're just gonna let everybody let loose, and it's gonna be a great year for us. The coaching staff is the best coaching staff I've ever played under. They believe in everybody. They want the best for everybody. So it's just a great coaching staff.
Oh, nice. Nice. Now, what is it about the school at Lakes, Justin? You'll speak on this. What is about the school spirit there with the student body and the support for the team for Lakes Lancers? What does that community mean to you that you've learned about? Now you're coming in your second year, your senior year.
Yeah, it means a lot to me. Seeing everybody in the stands is packed on Friday nights is one of those feelings that you can't describe to anybody. You just have to be there. It's awesome. Seeing everybody after the games coming up, everybody coming from school, families coming, it's awesome to put on a show for everybody. The Lakewood community, I mean, it's awesome.
They embrace their Lancers.
Mm-hmm.
For you, Caleb, coming into the situation your senior year, getting to know the student body, getting to know the teachers and just everything about the school. Obviously, you haven't been in the school yet, but eventually you will. I got to imagine that Justin will be able to take you on a tour, right?
Well, I mean, I started school there the second semester.
Okay.
But I was in there for like
2 months?
Yeah, 2 months. And then that's when the COVID came up. But it was cool, though. I was starting to get used to it. I was getting settled in.
You were starting to call it home, right?
Yeah, I was.
Let me ask you this, and this is the kind of a question for each of you. Caleb, we'll start with you first. What does it mean to have well, just say the team that you're learning about at Lakes? What does it mean to have a quarterback like Justin Brennan? What is it like to have a senior quarterback you're playing with this year, and as you've gotten to know him?
Oh, it's great. I've known Justin for so long, so it's like the team chemistry is already there, and I just can't wait to play with them. Like, it's been a while since we played together.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's going to be something special. We're going to love to see. Justin, we'll do this. What does it mean to have Caleb? You've got to know him for a while now. I guess you've had a past relationship and continue this relationship, a friendship. What is it like to have a player like him added to your offensive arsenal and to really be able to, that means maybe some more points added onto the scoreboard.
Yeah.
What does it mean to have him?
It means a lot to me because I already having that past friendship, being my brother, I know that he's always going to have my back. I know he's going to pick up that blind side block, the extra blitzer, everything. It's just we have a good chemistry, so I know he's going to be wherever he needs to be. If it's a check down, obviously he's probably the best running back in Washington, maybe even the Northwest. So I know that he's going to put on a show for everybody. I know he's going to add on a lot of points. Which is really going to help us get us those 4th and 1s. We're not going to get stopped anymore. We're just going to hand off the ball, and he's going to get us a couple extra yards. And it's just great. I'm glad he's at Lakes with me.
Yeah, and let's break down some things offensively, and we'll ask you, Justin. What is it that you look from defenses when you have a defensive front thrown at you? Mm-hmm. What kind of things are you looking to read on that defense to kind of understand? Because you know the play you're running.
Yeah.
Things that you kind of scope out first when you get to the line and making audibles or whatever you have to do.
First, when I get to line, I always check the safeties, see how many are there, where they're aligned. And then I'll go down to my corners, see if they're playing press, see if they're playing off, how they're shaded in towards my corners and everything. And that gives you a good idea of what, if they're running zone, if they're running man. Which really helps because then you can determine a good understanding of where you're going to go with the ball. And then linebackers, you can see if you have leverage on the outside, where you're going to throw it. If they're all inside, you can see if they're blitzing or anything. So just honestly, my quarterback coach, Devontae Peterson, has really helped me out with that. And I really appreciate him for that. Just making the pre-snap reads has really helped.
Huge. For you, Caleb, being a running back, being a person that's out as possibly being used as a receiver this year, you got those hands.
Yeah.
What are some things that and we can speak on Curtis, what you look for, but really now, what are some things you look for as far as from the defense, how they're set up or what they're doing, because you know what play you're running, or maybe you know that there may be a change in the play. What things do you look for?
No, honestly, I look for my quarterback. Well, he does a good job of helping me and like know where I need to go. But then I also look at the linebackers and see where they're positioned and stuff, and how I want to go. If I want to go inside or cut it up more.
For Lakes last year, did you see a lot of 3-4, 4-3? What were you seeing a lot of the defensive fronts? What were they throwing at you guys?
They didn't really run a lot of man against us, but defensively, I think they ran more 3-4 against us because we do have that speed at Lake, so they needed to have more people in coverage against us. But yeah.
How do your receivers look?
Oh, our receivers are great. We have our returning receivers are Abel, Devin, and Jaden Hall, and then we have an open position which has a lot of competition coming for it.
Wow, next man up, right? There's some underclassmen there. Let's see how hungry you are, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's speak on the defense for Lakes.
Mm-hmm.
Dustin, what does that defense look like, and how is it shown? I mean, because all of 2019 it did some shutouts,
yeah.
But what does that defense look like this year? What are they going to add? What kind of wrinkles do you think you're going to add this year?
This year we have basically like the same defense coming back, and there are a lot of fast guys running around making tackles, just playing together, and I feel like that's going to help a lot because everybody's getting older, everybody's getting more experience. So I just think overall them playing together for another year, them gelling in, communicating even more will make it even better on stopping our opponents.
If you're just joining us, we do have two players here from the Lakes Lancers out of Lakewood, Washington, here in Washington State. We have running back senior Caleb Kwalalon, and we have also Justin Brennan, QB senior, both class of 2021. And I tell you, they're excited this year for Lakes and being able to have a chance to get some hardware this year, maybe make it to state. Sure. You're going to be working hard. I see the Lancer shirt already dawned on you. Caleb. Oh, wow. Look at this. So I tell you, outside the games, again, we believe in the student athlete being the good person on and off the field. What are some things that you guys have been doing in your community? I know this is pre-COVID that we're talking about in your community that you've done to kind of help your community out.
During football season, we have like the Little Lancers. So me and a couple of teammates went out and helped coaching, helping them just basically get ready for like growing up and getting into high school to play football, because it's all about tradition at Lakes. You start from the very beginning, and it's all about tradition. You learn that as soon as you come in there.
And that's a good mentoring program too to some of those young kids coming up, right?
Yeah.
For you, Caleb?
Huh?
For you, what have you been able to do kind of like in the community? And it could be past. Again, we're going to talk pre-COVID because in COVID-19, we really can't do too much. I mean, we can try to wear our PPE, but, what have you been able to do for the community?
Well, like Justin said, around the same time, I was kind of helping with the low bikes, like the little kids, and like helping them with their football and their transitioning into like middle school or high school, and kind of just being around them and stuff.
Do those kids have a lot of questions about high school? Is there something that you guys can expound on? Tell me, give me experience with it. What is it like talking to a kid like that and helping them out?
A lot of them ask about, me, they're like, what's it like being a quarterback? Is it stressful? Blah, blah, blah. How's Friday nights? Is it what everybody says? I'm like, yes, you will understand one day. You can't describe it. You get that feeling. There's nothing like Friday nights.
Yeah, nothing like it. And what do you guys speak on about school? Obviously, preparing the books and studying and being in class, all that kind of stuff. Is there some things you guys can expound on or talk to them about when it comes to school?
Yeah, constantly keeping up their GPA. You only have 4 years, and it flies by really quick. I remember when I was a freshman, seniors used to tell me, make sure you're on top of your grades, make sure you're doing all this. It goes by super quick. And I was like, nah, you're you're tripping. It takes way longer than that. And now going into my senior year, it's like, where the heck did the time go?
Wow.
So yeah, constantly just preaching, get your grades right. You only have one chance to get your grades right. And these 4 years determine like the rest of your life.
100%. 100%. You speaking the truth right there.
Yeah.
Tell me what each of you GPA so far. What are we looking at?
My GPA is probably like a 2.6.
Okay. You got another year, so you're working on it hard. And you, Justin?
I have a 3.4.
Nice. So there's always improvement, right? What do you guys try to do in the classroom to try to improve your GPA? What are some things that you guys try to see what you can do? Is there extra credit? Is there things like you just making sure you get your assignments in? Is it test taking? What is it? How does your GPA affect? How is the GPA affected?
I make sure I try to stay in class and get my extra help from the teachers if they're willing to give it to me. And I just stay in after school and try to retake tests if I possibly can, or ask them if there's any thing I could do to bump it up.
There you go. Your goal though for GPA, what are you looking to go at the end of the year?
Looking for a 3.0 or a 3.2 or something.
There you go. Yeah. And for you, Justin, what's that like for you, and what do you see for your goal as your GPA?
Yeah, the teachers are really helpful. They understand you don't have all the time in the world just to focus on schoolwork and stuff. So they're really understanding. They help out a lot if you need it. They're they'll help you get prepare for a test. They'll stay after with you for as long as you need. And my overall goal for my GPA by the end of the senior year is a 3.7.
There you go. That's a great goal. Well, I tell you, to have both of you on the show and outside the games, man, nothing but love. We appreciate you guys very much. As student athletes, you work very hard in the classroom. Not in the classroom right now, it's online, but you're working hard in your schoolwork, and you're going to be working hard on the field as well. And for your community. And I think that's part of it too, is the Lakewood community, what they do for you guys, and you guys giving back. That's huge. So I appreciate both of you being on our show. Again,
thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Oh, you bet. And tell Coach, we'll try to, obviously, first game of the season, do you know who you guys are playing?
Yeah, we're playing against Decatur. I think it's at Decatur.
Okay. Decatur State?
Decatur?
Washington, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Washington. Okay. Because there's Decatur, Georgia. There's yeah. So, but no, that's great. So your first game comes there. Is there anything you want to say to your student body and to the Lakewood community out there about the upcoming season?
Just keep showing up to games, keep showing support, trust in the process, and we promise a great season.
Yeah.
Caleb?
I hope to show up and get our backside on whatever it is and just be their supporters.
Great. Well, hey, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. We appreciate the work you put in. Again, this has been Kevin Brennan with Outside the Games. I've had Caleb Kwalalon with Lakes High School 2021 class, running back, senior, and then I have Justin Brennan, quarterback, 2021 class, and I tell you, senior as well. And you guys are bringing it. I tell you, it's going to be fun to watch this year.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, you bet. All right. Take care.